Frank Mundus.
Big island of Hawaii.
Frank Mundus, who we're going to say was, he absolutely, you were Quint, Robert Charles' character in Jaws, who was modeled after Frank Mundus.
They didn't make him ugly enough, though.
In Montauk, New York. They didn't make him ugly enough.
Everything we done was like looking into a mirror.
But if you had a shark, he would not, and you had him on he would not pull your boat backwards, would he?
Of course not. That's fiction.
Okay.
That's what I hated about the movie, because it was too much fiction.
Yeah, did they make
I don't like fiction. I hate fiction.
They make the shark look pretty
My 2 books that we wrote with no fiction at all in there.
Was this something you caught, this big old thing?
That was probably the largest white shark that was ever dragged in. We got him commercially.
Commercially?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you harpoon them, hand grenades, whatever you want to do. That's commercial. And sport is a different thing. That's rod and reel.
Sports rod and reel, and commercial is you can use any form.
Anything.
And all's going. And what's the idea? You want to bring up at the end. I mean, if you hand grenade a monster fish, you could blow 3/4 of them out of the water and never see them again. I mean, what portion of the fish do we need to bring up to count to have caught the fish?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah. That's what he said.
I was reading in Dan Rutiner's book. A lot of guys didn't like you back in Montauk, did they?
No.
Why?
All your jealousy was most of it.
What reputation precedes you? What do you think people think of you?
Well, because I'm such a nice, sweet person. That's why.
Were you married?
My reputation is right behind me. The first 10 years of my horrible life was spent in Brooklyn.
It was horrible?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I liked the water, and the only water that you could see was when the firemen came around once a week and turned on the fire hydrant.
Were you married at the time when you used to go monster fishing?
Yes, I was. She left me. I don't know why. I was such a nice person. I was only drinking about 2 bottles a day.
Where do you think America will be in the next 50 years? Do you think there'll be sharks to fish?
No, they won't have any fish in the ocean.
Really? You don't think?
They're taking all the fish out. We won't have any. You can. When you have a fish bowl and you take all the fish out of the fish bowl, you don't have any more fish.
Would you say you had anything to do with the depletion of the fish population? No.
We are trying for conservation. We are telling all the fishermen to use a certain hook that they call a circle hook. If they use a circle hook, they're going to hook the fish in the jaw, and when they get them up alongside the boat, if they don't want him and cut the wire, the fish will swim off and he'll live. But if you use a regular hook, what they call the J hook, looks like a J, right? They swallow it and it sticks in the stomach and they kill the fish.
If you were out there now, you'd be using the circle hook for sure.
Definitely.
Frank, you know what you're telling me. I mean, you're one of the most respected fishermen that's ever lived in the history of the United States. And you're telling me right now that the commercial fishermen have been irresponsible, and so has the federal government in regulating fishing.
Yeah, everybody wants to eat fish. There's too many humans.
Can you imagine what the oceans must have been like 300 years ago?
Oh, forget it. From when I started, when I was a kid in the 40s, for God's sakes.
You don't want to kill everything you see, though, do you, Frank?
No. That's why we call it sport.
I know.
Fishing.
I know. Frank Mundus, you are an institution. You've been around a long time. I think you got a few more sharks in you left to fish, and thank you so much for giving me your time.
No
2 books
problem.
out. What's the Monster Man and 50 Years a Hooker.
Yeah.